Chapter 1. Once upon a time, in a small town not too far from the hustle and bustle of the modern world, there lay a charming little haven where time seemed to slow. The town, known as Everglen, was a picturesque mosaic of past and present, where cobblestone streets met sleek glass storefronts, and ancient oaks whispered secrets to the steel lampposts that lit the way for evening strollers. In Everglen, the air was always filled with the sweet melody of the local baker's humming, as he adorned his window with the most delightful confections, each a small work of art. The townsfolk would gather at the central square, where a magnificent fountain, carved with creatures of lore, danced with water that sparkled like diamonds under the sun's gentle caress. Children played with toys that came to life with a touch of technology, their laughter mingling with the chimes of the old clock tower that stood watch over the town. It was a place where every shop had a story, and every face was a friend. The evenings were aglow with strings of lights, casting a warm embrace over the town as families and friends shared tales over meals that were a fusion of traditional flavors and new-age culinary wonders. Everglen was a treasure trove of harmony, where the magic of yesteryears blended seamlessly with the conveniences of today, creating a fairy tale setting that was very much alive and thriving in the heart of the modern world. In the heart of Everglen, the Fitz sisters were known to all, each a unique thread in the town's vibrant tapestry. Lily Fitz, the youngest, was the very essence of compassion, her cottage a sanctuary of joy and learning. The children adored her, and her life was a beautiful melody of simplicity and happiness, her smile a beacon of hope in their innocent lives. With her soft, chestnut curls framing her face and her eyes a warm, honey brown, she carries the glow of youth and kindness. Her attire is often a comfortable, floral dress paired with sensible shoes, perfect for days spent playing and teaching. Her smile is infectious, and her laughter rings with the pure joy of life. Alex Fitz, the middle sister, was the town's unsung hero, her hands skilled in the art of restoration. She was a force of nature, her spirit as indomitable as the engines she brought roaring back to life. Her presence was a testament to the strength and ingenuity that lay within. She's the embodiment of rugged beauty, with her short, tousled hair often hidden beneath a baseball cap. Her eyes, a piercing shade of steel blue, reflect her determined nature. She's usually clad in a denim jumpsuit, sleeves rolled up, ready for any challenge. Her hands may be callous, but they're the hands of a creator, a fixer, a doer, a tomboy at heart. Victoria Fitz, the eldest, was Everglen's jewel, her life a dance of elegance and luxury. She was the epitome of grace, her every step a statement of the beauty and poise that she embodied. Her world was one of glamour, yet she wore it as effortlessly as the pearls around her neck. Tall and statuesque, she carries herself with an air of undeniable grace. Her hair is always styled to perfection, cascading in waves of rich, dark chocolate. Her eyes, a deep emerald green, are sharp and discerning. She dresses in the finest silks and satins, her wardrobe a parade of the latest trends, each outfit accessorized with a touch of gold or a string of pearls. Just as these sisters differ in looks as do their dwellings. Lily Fitz cottage was nestled at the edge of a sun-dappled meadow. Lily's cottage exudes warmth and simplicity. Its thatched roof, weathered by years of rain and sunshine, shelters a cozy interior. The walls are adorned with children's artwork, bright finger paintings and paper cutouts, each telling a story of wonder and discovery. The scent of freshly baked pastries lingers in the air, emanating from her quaint kitchen. Sunlight filters through lace curtains, casting playful patterns on the worn wooden floors. A rocking chair by the hearth invites visitors to sit and listen to tales of magical creatures and far-off lands. Outside, a wildflower garden blooms, tended by Lily's gentle hands. The laughter of children echoes as they play tag or build fairy houses among the blossoms. The cottage is a sanctuary of innocence, where imagination thrives. Alex Fitz's domain lies within the heart of Everglen's industrial quarter. Her garage workshop, a converted barn, stands resolute against the elements. The scent of motor oil and metal hangs in the air, a symphony of grease and determination. The walls are adorned with tools, wrenches, spanners, and hydraulic jacks, each with its own battle scars. Shelves sag under the weight of spare parts, organized chaos that only Alex understands. The concrete floor bears the marks of countless repairs, a testament to her skill. Sunlight filters through the high windows, illuminating the engine blocks and chassis waiting for her magic touch. A vintage motorcycle, its chrome gleaming, rests in the corner like a loyal steed. Alex's baseball cap hangs on a hook, ready for action. This is where she breathes life into broken things. Victoria Fitz Manor sat at the crest of Everglades Hill. Her grand manor commands attention. Its wrought iron gates swing open to reveal a sweeping driveway lined with ancient oak trees. The facade, a symphony of stone and ivy, whispers secrets of generations past. Inside, crystal chandeliers hang from vaulted ceilings, casting prismatic rainbows across marble floors. Silk drapes frame tall windows, revealing manicured gardens and a reflecting pool. The air smells of jasmine and wealth. Her boudoir is a sanctuary of opulence. A four-poster bed, draped in silk, awaits her slumber. Her vanity table gleams with gold accents, and a collection of antique perfume bottles catches the light. The walk-in closet is a fashion lover's dream, rows of designer gowns and stilettos awaiting their moment in the spotlight. The manor is a stage where Victoria performs her role as Everglen's reigning queen, her elegance unmatched. Yet, behind closed doors, she wonders if there's more to life than silk and pearls. Together, they were the Fitz sisters, each living a life distinct from the others, yet bound by the unbreakable ties of family and love. But each sister cherished something unique: Victoria, her social standing; Alex, her reputation as a skilled mechanic; and Lily, her nurturing spirit. Chapter 2. Enter our antagonist. As the sun began its slow descent behind the rolling hills of Everglen, casting long shadows that stretched across the cobblestone streets like dark fingers, the townsfolk felt a subtle change in the air, a whisper of unease that rustled the leaves of the ancient oaks and caused the cheerful chatter to falter and fade. It was in this moment of hushed anticipation that Wolfram Blackwood made his entrance, not with a grand declaration, but as a silent spectre whose very presence seemed to leach the warmth from the golden hour. He moved with a deliberate grace that belied his sinister intentions, each step measured and silent, leaving no trace upon the earth, as if he were a wraith gliding through the realm of mortals. The setting sun cast an eerie glow upon his figure, elongating his shadow until it merged with the encroaching night, a visual echo of the darkness that clung to his soul. The townsfolk watched, transfixed, as he approached, their eyes wide with a mixture of fear and fascination. They could not tear their gazes away, nor could they voice the dread that settled in their hearts, a dread that whispered of secrets best left buried in deals that would cost more than they could ever imagine. Wolfram's abode was as grand as it was foreboding, a mansion perched on the outskirts, overlooking the town like a watchful predator. Its walls were dark stone, absorbing the light and warmth from around it. The iron gates were always closed, as if to keep out uninvited truths. Inside, the halls were lined with portraits of people whose eyes followed your every move, a collection of those who had fallen victim to Wolfram's schemes, and had already had place for 3 new additions. The air was heavy with the scent of old books and older secrets. His study, a cavern of dark wood and dim light, was where he spun his webs, the desk cluttered with documents of dubious legality. "It will all be mine," he said as he walked down the eerie hall, pausing a moment at the 3 empty spaces. Wolfram Blackwood has a thirst for power and control and was not above using blackmail, digging up old secrets to twist arms, or offering bribes that are hard to refuse. His ultimate goal is to own the town, piece by piece, until he sits unchallenged at the top of his ill-gotten empire. He stands with a stature that commands attention, yet there's something unsettling about his presence. His eyes are sharp and calculating, like those of a predator, and they seem to miss nothing. His hair is slick and dark, always appearing wet as if he's just emerged from the shadows. His skin is an unusual shade, with a scaly texture that gives him a serpentine quality. His fingers are long and seem to dance with a life of their own as he speaks, often punctuating his words with subtle but deliberate gestures. His smile is rarely genuine, usually a mere curl of the lip that hints at his disdain for those around him. He dresses in suits that are well tailored to his lean frame, but they always seem to have a sheen to them, as if to match his oily nature. Wolfram's presence in Everglen was a dark cloud over the idyllic life of the Fitz sisters. His shadow loomed over their homes, a threat to the peace they cherished. Yet, in the hearts of Lily, Alex, and Victoria, there burned a flame of defiance, a determination to protect their beloved town from the clutches of the wolf in tailored clothing. The stage was set, the players in place, and the story of Everglen was about to unfold, a tale of light and shadow, of innocence and avarice. Chapter 3. Victoria Fitz, the eldest sister, stood before her full-length mirror, adjusting the pearls around her neck. Her gown, a shimmering cascade of silk, clung to her like moonlight. Tonight's gala was her chance to solidify her place in Everglen's upper echelons. She had worked tirelessly to maintain her social image, attending tea parties, charity events, and hosting elegant soirees. Only the crème de la crème of the upper class in town would be in attendance. As the clock chimed, announcing the gala's commencement, Victoria descended the grand staircase. The ballroom awaited, its crystal chandeliers casting 1,000 rainbows across the polished floor. But as she reached for the doorknob, a shadow fell across her path, a shadow named Wolfram Blackwood. "Ah, Victoria!" Wolfram purred, his eyes glinting like shards of ice. "A splendid evening, isn't it? The stars have aligned perfectly for your little gathering of Everglen's finest." Victoria forced a polite smile, though her heart raced with unease. "Indeed, it is a beautiful night for a gala. I trust you'll find the event to your liking, Mr. Blackwood." Wolfram's gaze lingered on her, a predator assessing his prey. "Oh, I have no doubt. Your events are always illuminating. One could learn a great deal about the town's elite in such a setting." She nodded, maintaining her composure. "Everglen is a close-knit community. We value our traditions and our bonds." He stepped closer, the air around him seeming to drop a few degrees. "And yet, beneath the surface of tradition, there are always secrets. Wouldn't you agree?" Victoria's pulse quickened. She knew what he wanted, the secret she had buried deep within her soul. A secret that could unravel her carefully crafted facade. Wolfram leaned in, his breath chilling her skin. "Your manner," he whispered, "holds a hidden flaw, my dear. A flaw that could tarnish your reputation forever." Victoria's mind raced. She had danced with danger, and now the wolf demanded payment. "What do you want?" she asked, her voice trembling. Wolfram's smile widened. "Your manner, Victoria. Sign it over to me, and your secret remains safe." Victoria's dilemma was clear: lose her home or lose her reputation. She had built her life on appearances, but her love for Everglen ran deeper. She squared her shoulders. "I won't be blackmailed," she declared. "My manner stays with me." Wolfram's eyes narrowed. "Very well," he said. "But remember, secrets have a way of escaping." And with that, he vanished into the night, leaving Victoria torn between her past and her future. Chapter 4. In the heart of Everglen, where the hum of machinery blended with the whispers of the past, stood Alex Fitz's workshop. It was a place of creation and restoration, where Alex's skilled hands breathed new life into the old and forgotten. Her reputation as a master mechanic was the cornerstone of her existence, a testament to her dedication and ingenuity. One fateful day, as Alex was elbow-deep in the guts of a classic car, a shadow darkened her doorway. It was Wolfram Blackwood, his presence as unwelcome as a storm cloud over a clear sky. "Alexandra Fitz," he called out, his voice echoing off the metal and concrete. "I have a proposition for you." Alex wiped her hands on a rag and faced him, her blue eyes sharp and unyielding. "I'm not interested in any deals, Wolfram," she replied, her tone as firm as the steel she worked with. Wolfram leaned against the doorframe, a smirk playing on his lips. "You know, I've been following your career for some time. Your victories at the Everglen Speedway, the way you handle those machines, it's quite impressive." Alex raised an eyebrow, not fooled by his flattery. "Racing is a hobby, Wolfram. My work here is what matters." "Ah, but even hobbies can have consequences, can they not?" Wolfram's voice took on a darker edge. "Especially when accidents happen." Alex's heart pounded. The incident had been a mistake, one that could destroy her reputation and her business. Wolfram knew this and was ready to pounce. "Your workshop, in exchange for my silence," he offered, a serpent's grin on his lips. Alex's mind raced. Her workshop was her world, but her reputation was her legacy. She took a deep breath. "My reputation is not for sale," she declared. "And neither is my workshop." Wolfram's eyes narrowed. "You'll regret this," he hissed. But Alex stood resolute, her spirit unbroken. She would not bow to the wolf's threats. "Everglen knows me, Wolfram. They know my character. Your words can't change that." Wolfram straightened, his expression cold. "We'll see about that, Alexandra. We'll see." With a final, lingering glance, he turned and disappeared into the fading light, leaving Alex alone with the echo of his threat and the resolve to stand her ground. Chapter 5. On the outskirts of Everglen, where the meadows kissed the sky, lay Lily Fitz Cottage. It was a haven of joy and learning, where children's laughter filled the air and imagination took flight. Lily's heart was as open as her door, her life a song of compassion and care. As the sun set, painting the sky in hues of gold and pink, Lily sat on her porch, surrounded by her young charges. Their laughter mingled with the rustling leaves, creating a symphony of innocence and joy. But the peace was shattered by the arrival of Wolfram Blackwood, his silhouette a blemish on the horizon. "Lillian Fitz," he called, his voice a cold wind that seemed to silence the children's mirth. "I have come to make an offer." Lily stood, her honey-brown eyes reflecting the warmth of her soul, yet clouded with apprehension. "Speak, then," she said, though her instincts screamed caution. Wolfram stepped forward, his gaze locked on hers, as if trying to peer into the very depths of her being. "I know of the debts your charity has accrued," he revealed, his words deliberate, each one dropping like a stone into the still waters of her heart. "A burden like that could crush your little sanctuary." Lily's heart sank. The charity was her life's work, a beacon of hope for the less fortunate children of Everglen. She had poured her heart into every fundraiser, every event, every smile that brightened a child's day. Wolfram sensed her vulnerability. "Your cottage in return for clearing those debts," he proposed, his words like poison-tipped arrows aimed at the heart of her world. Lily's resolve wavered. Her home was her sanctuary, a place where love and laughter bloomed like the wildflowers in her garden. She looked at the faces of the children, their eyes wide with fear and hope, their small hands clutching at her skirt. "I will find another way," she said, her voice barely a whisper, yet carrying the weight of her determination. "My home is not for sale." Wolfram's smile faded, his eyes narrowing as he assessed her defiance. "You'll regret this," he warned, his tone dark as the shadows that began to stretch across the porch. But Lily's decision was made. She would protect her home and her charity, no matter the cost. As Wolfram turned and walked away, his figure swallowed by the encroaching night, Lily gathered the children close, her spirit a lighthouse against the gathering storm. Chapter 6. And so, the sisters stood firm against Wolfram Blackwood's machinations. Their love for Everglen and for each other was a shield against his greed. But the wolf was cunning, and his hunger for power knew no bounds. The tale of the Fitz sisters was far from over, and the battle for Everglen's soul had only just begun. In the heart of Everglen, Where hope once blossomed, the shadow of Wolfram Blackwood grew ever more oppressive. His cunning and insatiable greed had laid a snare for the Fitz-sisters, and as their defenses faltered, the battle for the soul of Everglen intensified. Victoria, once the embodiment of grace and social stature, found her house of straw, her carefully curated image, buffeted by the relentless storm of scandal. The secret she had guarded so fiercely became a chorus of whispers that wound through the streets, stripping her of the prestige she held dear. As her world unraveled, thread by silken thread, she stood amidst the ruins of her reputation, her fall from grace a stark testament to the fragility of status. Alex, the heart of Everglen's ingenuity, faced the tempest next. Her house of twigs, constructed with the meticulous skill of a true artisan, could not withstand the wildfire of deceit that Wolfram unleashed. The secret of the race, once a mere shadow on her untarnished name, now blazed brightly for all to see. Accusations of dishonesty and foul play spread unchecked, blackening the legacy she had so painstakingly built. In the end, she was compelled to surrender her cherished workshop, the very soul of her craft, to the architect of her undoing. As the sisters grappled with their trials, their love for each other and for Everglen became their bulwark against the encroaching darkness. United in heart and purpose, they prepared to face whatever storms might come, their resolve unshaken. Chapter 7. In the heart of Everglen, amidst the turmoil wrought by Wolfram's dark ambitions, stood Lily's cottage, a bastion of bricks untouched by deceit. Into this haven of hope, Lily welcomed her sisters, Victoria and Alex, with the boundless compassion that was her hallmark. Victoria, once draped in the trappings of grandeur, now embraced the genuine riches of Lily's world. The mirth of children at play and the splendor of nature's palette in the garden became her cherished jewels, a stark contrast to the hollow luxury she once knew. Alex, divested of her accolades as the town's premier mechanic, found solace in the simple acts of mending toys and nurturing young, inquisitive minds. Amidst the laughter and learning, she rediscovered her worth, untarnished by the stains of scandal. Together, the sisters forged a new beginning in the protective shadow of Lily's abode. They constructed a modest dwelling, a testament not to their plight but to their enduring resilience, and the unwritten chapters of their shared journey. Wolfram Blackwood, ensconced in his false triumph, soon realized the emptiness of his conquest. The Fitz-sisters, united in their trials, emerged as beacons of hope for Everglen's people. Their saga of valor and rebirth kindled a fire of defiance that burned away the specter of Wolfram's oppression. Ultimately, it was not the fragile houses of straw or twigs, nor the sturdy bricks, that defined the sisters' legacy. It was the indomitable spirit they embodied. Everglen, with its quaint cobblestone paths and contemporary marvels, rallied behind the Fitz-sisters, a community steadfast in the face of adversity. Thus concludes the tale of the Fitz-sisters, not in defeat, but in the profound truth that the fiercest tempests are weathered through unity. Everglen endures as a beacon of hope, a place where enchantment weaves through the fabric of reality, and the true strength of a home is measured by the love it harbors within. And what happened to Wolfram, you ask? Well, as the seasons turned and the people of Everglen stood united, the shadow of Wolfram Blackwood began to wane. His grip on the town, once seemingly unbreakable, was loosened by the collective strength and resolve of its inhabitants. The Fitz-sisters, with their unwavering spirit, had ignited a flame of hope that no darkness could extinguish. In the end, Wolfram found himself isolated, his schemes unraveled by the very community he sought to dominate. Without the fear he once instilled, his power diminished, leaving him a mere whisper in the annals of Everglen's history. The wolf had been outsmarted, not by cunning or force, but by the enduring light of compassion and unity. And so, Everglen thrived, a testament to the enduring truth that when hearts are united in purpose, even the mightiest storms can be weathered. The tale of the Fitz-sisters and Wolfram Blackwood concluded, but the legacy of their courage would forever be woven into the fabric of Everglen's story. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it.